So for this question, you're asked to find the element which occurs most often consecutively in a list. And in this case it's 5 because there are 3 5s in a row, and that's more than any of the other elements in a row. There are more 6s, but they're split. They're not in one consecutive list. And I'm going to talk about this as a sublist. So we're looking for the longest sublist of the same element repeated. Now, in order to do that, we're going to have to keep track of some things. We're going to have to keep track of our best element as we go. We're going to have to keep track of how long the sublist containing the best element is. And as we go, we're going to have to keep increasing our count as we find another element that's the same as the previous one. So for 6, we're going to have to keep track of the fact we're looking at 6 and the number of 6s that are occurring, so we can compare them with these two values here. So I'm going to introduce 2 more variables. I'm going to introduce current and the current length. So to start off with, we haven't got any information and we look at 7. Well, that's my current one and there's one of them. So okay, I've got 1 7. That's definitely the best because I hadn't got anything else before, and there's one of them. Now we move on from 7 and we get to 6. Well, there's 1 6. We move on again, and that's not better than we had before, so we're not going to replace best element with 6. Now we come on to the second 6. Oh, well, now we've got 2 6s. That's actually better than we had before. So I'm going to replace the 7 with a 6 and the length with 2. We haven't got 6s anymore, so we're not going to increase the count for 6. We're going to start a new count for 5. We've got 1 5, 2 5s, 3 5s, and now we're out of 5s. Let's compare that with our best element from before. It was 6 and there were only 2 of them, so 5 and 3 is better. There's more 5s. So now we're not dealing with 5 anymore, we're dealing with 6 again, and there's 1 6, 2 6s. So now we compare the number of 6s with the number of 5s, and there aren't enough, so we're not going to replace the values there. Then we come on to 7, there's 1 7. And again, we're not going to replace the value. So our procedure should return 5. So now let's look at the code to do that. We're going to define a procedure, longest repetition, which has a list as its input. Now, when we first start, we don't know what the best element is. So I'm going to say it's none. It has length 0. If it's an empty list, then there isn't a longest repetition, and the length would certainly be 0. And our current, well, we don't have one either, and that's going to have length 0 as well. So what did we do? We looped through all the elements in the input list. So what are we going to want to check? Well, let's check to see if current is equal to the element or not. If it's not equal to the element, then let's make it equal to the element. And let's reset the current length to 1, because we've now got an element, so it must occur at least once. We don't know yet whether it will occur more times because we've only checked the first time we've seen it in this sublist. If current is equal to the element, then we're going to increase the length by 1 because we've got a second one, so our sublist is 1 longer than it was before. In either case, we want to check whether the element we have is greater than the length that we have stored as our best length of a sublist at the moment. If it is better, then we're going to replace our best element with the current one, and we're going to replace our length with the current length. And so when this for loops run through, all that there's left to do is return best element, and that completes the code.